People and Purpose, Key Elements to a Good Life. Mental Health by Natalie Rinehart.
I realised a long time ago, as a young counsellor, that if people lacked people and or purpose, they were less satisfied with their lives. Not always depressed, but deeply unsatisfied. They would fill the gap with other things like spending or other notions of success, seeking approval with things like sex, maybe drugs and alcohol to drown it out. Things that ultimately don't make us happy, but at least fill the void. Today, I want to explore this in more detail, but particularly for our young people. It is important to all age groups, but when we are watching some young people adrift, this can be a lens to help them find themselves and their direction. So, why people and purpose? What's so special about them? Let's break it down.
People, and why do we need them?
Evolutionarily speaking, connection with people is a no-brainer. We are safer in groups, whether it's friends or families. We can lean into our skill set and transfer knowledge. We are built to work in groups, and emotionally we crave them as well. A community of people gives us a sense of tribe that we crave. Sometimes our tribes are friends and family. Other times it may be work or sport. We are generally part of several tribes, and they offer us social safety and approval that we need. Individually, people are equally important. Our friends witness our lives, they see our ups and downs, they celebrate and commiserate. We have shared interests, but they offer new information and ideas into our worlds. They also offer us something deeply vital, reality checks. Our close friends will tell us if we are being unreasonable or outlandish. Likewise, they will cheer us on when we need support for an action we are struggling with. When we are younger, in our teens and 20s, this group is essential. We tend to pull away from family members and lean into those friendship groups, which is called individuating. We do this to find the most authentic version of ourselves. I have many parents who are confused and angry that they are no longer the biggest influence in their kids' lives. But this pulling away is hardwired in and important in their development. At some point, we have to stand back and see what they have learnt, but also keeping our catcher's mitts on to catch them if it goes wrong. That's a big but important change in the parenting role. Young people who struggle with friendships are frequently unhappy because they individuate away from their family but have no friendship groups to move towards. It's very lonely. I often say sometimes we have to search for our tribe rather than wait for it to find us. The search can be a bit demoralising at times, but once we have them, we feel our lives are witnessed, which makes us feel connected to something beyond our family.
Purpose, and why do we need it?
Most of us adults know why this one is important. When we lack purpose, we feel lost and lack an anchor in our world. When we are unclear on our purpose, we can get decision paralysis. This occurs when all the decisions seem too unclear, so we don't make them and become paralysed. We wait for clarity, which doesn't always come. Purpose gives us motivation to drive forward. If we want a particular event or to learn a skill, we are more likely to work for it. It gives us a belief in a future we want, which fuels us to try. We feel a sense of accomplishment and mastery when we act in service of the purpose. For young people, purpose is essential, and we need to support their exploration of it. For some people, they wake up and just know one day. But that is rarely true for most. We need to try different purposes on. Is it animal conservation, scientific breakthroughs, community growth, entrepreneurial activities, or creative? Or is it a combination? 1 month they may be playing tennis, and 6 months later they may join a dojo. 1 year they may want to be a physiotherapist, and the next year a plumber. All of these explorations and considerations are finding their purpose. For most of our young people, they can have a few over their lifetime, just like we rarely stick in one field throughout our lives. Variation is not always bad. However, purpose is like the North Star. It can draw us in, give us intent and reason. It can energise us and make us creative. So my question to us all this month, where are your people and purpose? It doesn't matter whether we are retired, middle-aged or young. They keep us vital. And if you have young people in your lives, how can you help them find theirs? I have observed with my clients that when we identify these elements, they thrive in a profound way. Until next time, folks.
Natalie Rinehart is a young person and family counsellor / life coach / author. Visit youthlifecoach.com.au. Phone 0425 735 106 or email youthlifecoach@healthpriorities.com.au.